Pick Helldiver? Okay, let's do it. Hello? Helldiver.
Sorry about that. The button was funky.
Oh, no worries.
Hello.
You're good. Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. I apologize in advance if my signal becomes kind of crappy.
No
I
worries,
am
my friend.
multitasking.
We'll do our best
All
with
right.
what we got. If it becomes too much of a problem,
right.
I'll let you know.
All right, sounds good. Okay,
All right,
I know
what's
that
on your
last one was
mind?
pain to
Anything in
watch.
particular you'd like to discuss?
So, what's your preferred system of government?
I guess like socialism is what I've heard is good.
Oh boy. Oh boy, we're gonna have fun with this. Why socialism? Why do you think socialism's good?
I think collective ownership of the workplace and of most necessities is better than just like one greedy guy owning it. Don't you?
Okay. How do you enforce that?
Collectively through democracy. It's the same way that we
So you're
like
a
elect a
democratic
president. Huh?
So you're a democratic socialist.
Sure.
Okay.
That's fair. Oh shit.
I'm thinking of a good approach of attack. Okay, I think it's safe to say here that you could probably guess this, but I am not socialist. I'm also not the biggest fan of democracy, at least not just straight up democracy.
May I ask why ever you would not be? I like democracy a lot.
Because democracy becomes okay. It really depends on the form of democracy you employ. If you have a representative democracy, it just kind of goes in the direction of whoever can manipulate the masses.
Okay.
Wait,
hold on. I told you that I would tell you if it's becoming a problem. It's becoming a teensy bit of a problem.
Okay, let me know. Does this sound better?
I think. Go ahead and try. Go ahead.
All right. So, my problems with democracy is if you have a representative democracy, it really just turns into whoever can manipulate the masses. And if you have a direct democracy, it just becomes mob rule. And this has a very bad problem in both cases of where actually important issues get negated by whatever sounds good at the time, whatever people think is the best idea. And especially in a direct democracy, the rights of the minority end up being just completely shat on.
I disagree. I think that a majority can come to a decision to protect the rights of minorities because we all are at risk of becoming one. And if we recognize that, then we can recognize the necessity of protecting minorities. You and I are both at risk of becoming a minority each and every single day. Do you understand that? I have been called Muslim on Twitter just because I have a drop of fucking melanin in the sunlight. I am literally at risk of being recognized as and becoming a minority. So I like minority protections because I like protection for myself.
Okay, but what happens if the majority decides they don't want to protect you?
Then that sucks. But what am I to do? Do you think that a smaller number of people would come to a better conclusion?
Well, I think that we already have a system that does a better job.
Do you think fewer minds are smarter than more?
I think that we have a system that already does the job better, which would be a constitutional republic.
That's a type of democracy.
No, it's a type of republic.
It's democratic, right? You vote, right? I imagine.
Just because you vote doesn't mean it's a democracy.
Whatever do you mean by that? Because voting, what are you voting for? What's the vote for? What are you talking about?
In a system like what the U.S. has, a constitutional republic, when you are voting, you are not actually voting in favor of a representative or a
What are you voting for?
I'm telling you.
What's the vote for, if not democracy?
I'm telling you what the vote's for in a constitutional republic.
Okay, go on.
What you are doing is okay. So you're familiar with the Electoral College, right?
Yes.
You are voting for a basically an elector, a
Yes.
representative who will represent the
Yes.
which not even the voters. Their job is to represent the state. Did you know that just because your state votes
Okay.
for, let's say,
Okay.
a right-leaning representative, they
I
don't
need to
have
stop
to vote
you
right?
because whatever comes next, I don't care. I need to address what you just said, okay? How do we decide on that representative? How do they get chosen?
That is probably the only part of the constitutional republic that even looks lightly democratic.
Looks like them. What do you mean looks like it? If it looks like it, why is it not
So-
it? Convince me that it's not. It looks like it, doesn't it? I think it is.
Okay, so what are you voting for in a democracy?
The representative that votes for the president. That is a type
So-
of democracy.
So,
Right?
so you're talking about in a representative democracy, right?
What do you think? Oh, define democracy. Go on.
Democracy is when the populace is allowed to vote directly on a policy or to vote directly for a representative.
No, too complicated. Democracy is rule of the majority, right? Majority rule,
Okay,
right?
cool, awesome.
Okay, so we're almost there. At the point of choosing a representative to vote for the president, right? At the way that representative is chosen is via majority rule, right?
And that representative does not have to vote in the same direction as the people he's representing.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Yes, it
you're
does.
not-
Dude, that is a representative democracy. You're picking a representative who
Listen
votes in favor of the majority.
Okay.
You don't have that in a constitutional republic.
Okay, let's imagine this. You and me and 8 other friends, we'll say an odd number, we'll say 11 other friends, are all having a pizza party. We can't decide what flavor pizza to get. Oh no. What flavors shall we get? We say, well, I think we should get pepperoni. My friend says we should get pineapple. Okay? And so pepperoni and pineapple are put up for a vote. Right?
Okay.
Okay. Now, the process through which we decide which pizza we get via majority rule, via votes, okay, that's called democracy. And that is how we choose representatives who then go on to vote for the president. Does that make sense?
That's not a representative democracy.
It doesn't have to be direct. It is a democracy. It is a type, right?
I didn't say direct. I said representative. Representative democracy
You're moving
is when
the
majority...
goalpost. No,
I'm not.
it's okay. Is it, yes or no? Is the United States a democracy?
No.
Then what is it?
It's a constitutional republic, which is not a democracy. There is one key thing that you are missing here. In a representative democracy, which is what you're arguing for, the representative has to vote in favor of the majority that elected them. That's not the case in a constitutional republic, like what the US has. Our representatives can vote against the majority. That's not democratic.
I don't know how else to explain this to you. Are you dense? What happened? I mean, what happened? What's the disconnect? Why do you not understand the concept of democracy? A child can understand this.
I understand it just fine.
No, you
I also
don't.
Understand that what the US has isn't a democracy.
Listen very carefully. What is democracy? Define it now. A few words.
Democracy
Short-term
is majority rule, like you said.
Majority rule, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how do we decide which representatives go on to vote for the president? How?
Well, we vote for elected representatives.
You vote, and then the majority decide, right?
Vote does not equal
Christ
democracy.
Almighty! What is your major malfunction private?
So tell
What
me
is
then,
it?
how in the world can, in 2016...
A 12-year-old could understand what I'm trying to say to you.
Explain this to me. Riddle me this, Batman. How is it that a president can lose the popular vote but win the electoral vote?
Because of the type of because in a indirect democracy such as the United States, that's possible. That's possible.
But we're not an indirect democracy.
Yes,
we are a
we
constitutional
are.
republic.
Yeah, no.
No, we're not. Where in the Constitution does it call us a democratic system? I know where it talks about, at least in the Pledge of Allegiance, where it calls us for a republic.
Okay, clearly, you and I have different definitions of what a democracy is. That's fine, okay? What else would you like to discuss tonight, good sir? I think we've beaten this topic into the ground.
Well, let's go with the socialist part of it. So,
sure.
You think that
hit me with it.
So, you think that a basically pure collective ownership would be better than one person owning, the majority of stuff, right? Very obviously boiled down what you're trying to say.
Yes, I'm anti-monarchy. Okay. Yes.
I'm anti-monarchy too. But here's the thing: what is wrong with one person owning more than something else?
What is wrong with one person owning more than something else or someone else?
Somebody else.
Somebody else.
Someone else.
I never said anything was wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that necessarily. I think that they should have earned it. I would have liked to think that they earned that.
That would be capitalism then.
No.
I agree. Somebody should earn it. But that's capitalism. That is an
the person who works for it. No. Collective ownership of the workplace involves it's worker ownership. The workers own everything. Therefore, they keep the spoils of their labor. That's the society I'd like to live in. Is that so bad?
I would say yes for a lot of reasons.
Okay. What's your day job?
Okay.
Hold on. What's your day job?
I have two jobs. Which one?
Okay.
I have two jobs.
Give me one.
We'll go with the car wash.
The car wash? Okay. You go to the car wash. How many hours a week?
About 20 a week.
20 a week. So you go 20 hours a week to wash cars for how much money, might I ask? You don't have to say. I know that's personal, but if you don't mind.
I got no problem with that.
Okay.
14 an hour.
Okay, 14 an hour. Car wash, 20 hours a week, 14 an hour. Got it. So, do you want to do that? Is that something you do by choice?
Yes.
Okay, why? Why do you choose to do that?
Well, for one, I needed a job, but two, this is a job I actually enjoy doing.
Okay, you needed a job. Why?
Because I need money.
Why do you need money?
So I can pay my bills.
Bills for what?
Rent and phone mostly, and internet.
Rent? Rent for a house, I assume, or an apartment of some kind?
Apartment right now.
Okay, so in order to have a roof over your head, you are forced to work, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you don't get to keep, like, you're not washing your car. You're not washing your vast collection of cars. That's not labor you're doing for yourself. You are selling yourself, your labor, to somebody else. Specifically, you're the middleman between the owner of the car wash and the customer. You are the agent that the owner has hired. Right? You get a cut of the spoils that you have produced because your labor, you don't get to keep that. That belongs to the owner, right?
By my choice, yes. I have chosen to give my labor to the owner.
Yes, because you chose to do that because you need money for a house and food, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now, let me ask you something, okay? This is going to sound a little kooky, but I need you to bear with me. All right, man?
Okay.
Okay. You wake up stranded on an island. There is one other person with you. Unfortunately, it seems that person has already collected all of the coconuts that were on the island. Okay? There's no more food. He has all of it, right?
Okay.
Okay, so you wake up too late. Just happen to wake up too late. Got it? So, you approach this person. You say, hey, listen, there's no more coconuts on the island. I'm hungry. I need food. Please. He says, yes, my lovely batch of coconuts. You may have one if, and only if, you suck my dick. Now, the question is that ethical?
I mean, by my moral standards, no, but I'm also going to ask, is there a stick?
Okay, so selling your body for food, you don't, out of necessity of needing the food, you don't think it is ethical to hold that over somebody's head, right? For my own gain.
Specifically for sexual stuff, no, I don't.
Specifically for sexual stuff, what's the difference? What do you mean? So are you against sex work? Are you against sex work?
I'm against sex work.
Why? Why?
Because I am capitalist does not believe I think all work is moral.
But sex sells. If you're such a big capitalist, I'm more of a capitalist than you in that regard.
So do drugs.
Huh?
So do drugs. Drugs sell too. Big whoop.
Okay.
Just because somebody will
sex
buy
and
it doesn't
drugs
mean
are
I'm
not
going to support
equivalent.
selling it.
I masturbate all the time and I'm fine. Okay? What's
Okay.
wrong? I'm not on heroin. It's not heroin.
So
just
what would be
jerking it.
wrong with it in my case is well, dude, I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm coming at this from a Christian standpoint. It's not going to be a market standpoint.
Okay, I'm just telling you though. I'm atheist, so you can have your beliefs.
I can figure that's fine.
If you're
well, I'm telling you that because if you're trying to argue what you're asking, why would I have a problem with sex work? Well, it's a purely religious reason. It has nothing to do with the economy.
Okay, that's your belief. You can have that, but I believe sex work's fine, and I don't think that we should intermingle law with your religion, right? So sex work is fine to be legal, right? We agree on that at least.
I mean, if we're going at this purely from ignoring our moral standpoints, then yeah.
Okay, so you agree that
even with that though, in your scenario on the island, the simple fact that I wouldn't want to is there, so I ask, is there a stick on the island?
Is there a stick on the island?
Is there a stick on the island?
Sure.
I'm assuming there is because there's tree.
Sure, there's a stick on the island. Sure.
Cool.
Go on.
And the coconut trees have leaves, right?
Sure. Why not?
Cool. I'm gonna make a fishing pole. I'm gonna eat a fish instead.
Okay. What if there are none?
I'm on the island in the middle of the ocean.
Dude, you're missing the point of the hypothetical. You're doing
no,
that
I
on
understand
purpose. Stop. No, you don't.
Yeah, no, I
you don't.
The point of the
Okay, let me put it this way then. You're on the moon. You're stranded on the moon in a bunker with 50 cans of food that have been hoarded by the guy who woke up next to you first. There's nothing else. You're on the fucking moon. There's no fishing. There's no other coconuts. Nothing. Just the 50 fucking cans of food that the other guy found first. And he tells you you can have some if you suck him off. Do you do it or not?
So,
that's the question.
You got angry because I was actually making a legitimate capitalist argument.
No,
I don't need to work for that guy. I can go make my own business. If I need money and I really don't want to work for somebody else, I can just start my own business.
I think we've reached a conclusion. Is there any final words you'd like to add before I drop you? I'd like to move on.
God bless Super Earth.
Okay, good night.